much longer are you going to keep zapping? Come out and show yourself, Mundus!
This is me actually delivering the duress, dissonance, and deadly force presentation at Truth, Mind, Reality. And I want to stop at this slide and say a few things, okay? On the presentation board back there, it has a image of my natural law presentation, my natural law seminar, and it talks about natural law as being the only true solution. Okay, so what I want to talk about is the people who will attack my work by saying, Mark doesn't present any solutions. He doesn't talk about solutions. He is only talking about what's wrong. Your head's up your ass, okay? You make yourself look and sound like a jackass. I don't know how much more I could possibly say it in simple terms, okay? When people say that, that's what you sound like. That's what it makes you look like, okay? I spent 65 shows on what on earth is happening, talking about solutions. You know what this proves to me? To the some of the so-called viewing audience or listening audience, that you don't know how to pay attention or listen. You don't know how to take in information, and you certainly don't know how to go into the fullness of the information that you are attempting to discover or to discern. This is the concept of a little learning is a dangerous thing. Okay? People do not, they skirt the periphery. They do not delve into the deep waters of knowledge in most cases. Okay? Not a blanket statement. Some do. But it is a generalized statement that this is true most of the time. Okay? For most people. And another part of it is everybody wants so-called affirmative solutions, right? They want you to say what other people should be doing. What should you be doing? What should you be inventing? Okay? I am not here to tell you what you should be doing or inventing or coming up with as potential affirmative or positive solutions to any given problem of humanity. The entirety of my work is about the apophatic solution to the human condition of slavery. And apophatic means defined in the negative. It doesn't mean that I am telling people what they should be doing actively. I am explaining to people that we are enslaved because of what we are currently doing, that we have no right under natural law to continue to do. The solution that I have presented ad infinitum, to the point of nausea, okay, ad nauseum, okay, repeating myself endlessly over and over like a broken goddamn record, okay, is that the solution is to cease and desist in behaviors that we have no right to continue to take because they are in opposition to moral law. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the solution. I'm sorry if you don't like it, but that's the solution to the human condition of slavery. We need not do one other task. We need to stop doing and condoning the tasks which we already are performing on a daily basis that have absolutely no bearing in right, which we have no right to continue to perform. It is an apophatic or negative solution. The solution lies in what we must stop doing. And people hate that. They hate that answer. And the reason they hate it is because their ego is so overinflated that they believe they know the solution in its fullness better. And it's all these things that run through their mind like endless chatter. It's an endless chatter brain of, but what about this, and we could do this, that. Stop the chatter of the mind. What my work has prepared and helped people to do, if they're really listening, is to get your mind and body in a place where you are able to receive from the living dynamic intelligence of the cosmos itself the real answer to solving the human condition of slavery and getting out of slavery and being in a world that is actually in a state of true freedom or true anarchy. And that is what my work has already done. The solution is revealed. It is out there. And it is out there in a way that no one else delivers to the fullness and to the completeness and in the way that I do it unapologetically. I cannot find anybody else that does it to that extent. And that's horrifying to me. I want people to know that's a horrifying speculation, a realization to make. Okay? I wish there were 1,000, 10,000, 1,000,000 people doing this better than me. It's one of the reasons I needed to come back on the airwaves. Okay? Just if you want to call that egotism, go ahead. You can call that arrogance. I don't care. I'm not interested in what you think of me or what I'm doing. You're not taking me off my mission. Boys and girls, you ain't taking me off my mission. Okay? You could say whatever the hell you want to say about me or how I do anything. I'm doing it. I'm continuing to doing it. And you're not taking me off my mission. Okay? I was sidelined for a little bit. I had to get my act and my work together. Okay? As far as living space is concerned and as far as resources are concerned, to be able to do something with better production values and find a team of people I could trust to help me launch this new platform. That's the only thing that stopped temporarily. But you're not stopping me, and you're not going to stop me from speaking, and you're not going to take me off point of my mission, which is to convey the understanding of natural law to people as the solution to the human condition of slavery. And I've done it, and I've done it better than anybody else. Much better than anybody else, quite frankly. Okay? And I'm not afraid to say that because it's true. I don't want that to be true. I wish so many other people would step up and do the great work and show me how it should be done. Okay? So put your action where your mouth is. The people that want to talk trash. Okay? That's my suggestion. So I have offered solutions endlessly. 65 whole damn shows of them on the podcast alone. So when I hear blabbermouths that are know-nothings talk crap, okay? And as soon as they say something like this, I could tell you haven't been listening. You haven't listened to the podcast. You exercise no discernment. You exercise no true judgment. You're just talking out your ass and making yourself look like one at the same time. Okay? So, you know, my whole work is solution-oriented. The totality of my work is solution-oriented. People will say, well, there's many paths to freedom and spirituality. But I'll take umbrage with that statement. There are many paths that can get you to an understanding of what the solution is, but there's only one real, true solution. And this can sound dogmatic to people. It can even sound religious to people. And I try to explain to people in all my work, I'm not dogmatic, I'm not religious, to say something to the effect of, do you believe in natural law or do you think it's some type of religious dogma, is as ridiculous as asking someone if they believe, if I hold an object up and then let it go, will it fall downward? There is no dogma or religious belief required for that. It's law in the universe. Well, behavior is also bound by law. This is the problem with the human ego, though. The human ego refuses to accept that behavior is bound by law. And we want to think we can do anything we want as long as we don't get caught. The only solution is the understanding of natural law and how we are inextricably forever bound by it. We have free will to choose our behavior, but we do not have free will to be insulated from the consequences of our choices in free will. Natural law is the most occulted information that needs to be understood by humanity, and there is very little progress in propagating a worldwide understanding of natural law to the body of humanity. That's what our work is, folks. That's what the work of the people in this room and the people who do understand this, listening out there on the internet, is. We have to become teachers of this information. I naively thought in my early days of doing this that there would be at least 1 million to 10 million teachers of natural law in the world by this point after doing this for a decade. And I can count them on 2 hands. The good ones, the ones who are doing it effectively. You know, it's not, our efforts are not enough. That's the thing that I want to convey to the people in this room and listening who do understand my work. The effort has to be advanced and stepped up. We need to become teachers of this information to everyone within earshot of our voices, or humanity is going to go down the path I'm going to talk about, which is going to be very, very, very ugly. Natural law is a set of universal, inherent, objective, non-man-made, eternal, and immutable conditions which govern the consequences of behaviors of beings with the capacity for understanding the difference between harmful and non-harmful behavior. That means it applies to intelligent beings who have a developed brain and nervous system like we do, okay? It doesn't apply to lesser beings, to the animal kingdom. They're not going to sit there and reason. We have the capacity for reason. They're instinctual creatures. They have emotions as well. But we have higher thought functions. That's why natural law applies to us. The behavioral laws of creation apply to humans and more advanced beings, because we have the capacity for understanding morality. A worldwide common sense understanding of true objective morality and the laws that govern behavioral consequence is the only true solution to the current human condition of slavery. For as long as humanity remains ignorant of the occulted knowledge of natural law, it will remain enslaved. And that is by law, by universal cosmic law. By no laws of man will remain enslaved. It will be enslaved by the laws of creation. For those who are not familiar with my work regarding natural law, I absolutely encourage everyone to watch my 3-part video series called Natural Law, the Real Law of Attraction and How to Apply It in Your Life. That's for free on my website in the videos section, or you can get a hard copy here, or you can get a hard copy on my gifts area of my website.
Okay, the question is, all these things the government does is allegedly useful, like taking care of poor people and all that. The question is, without the state, what are you going to do for those people? And there's a very specific reason my answer is absolutely nothing. I am going to do nothing about that. And I usually follow that up by, we have been trained to think in terms of a centralized, authoritarian, forcibly imposed solution.
Are you for gun control?
Yeah.
Who should control the guns?
Who should control the guns? Probably the government.
Do you trust the government?
No.
You don't trust the government, but you want them to control the gun? Okay, do you, so you're for gun control?
Oh, by far. In fact, I will say repeal the Second Amendment.
Do you trust the government?
Well, but who? No.
Who should control the guns?
Who should control the guns? I say get rid of all the guns.
Right, who should be the ones to do that? If we don't trust the government can't be trusted. Who's left to control the guns?
Don't